Hello troops, welcome to my big weekend. I call it a big weekend because last weekend I had the Alphafly 5 road race, and I've pretty much been maxed out with work during the week, and recovering from that Alphafly 5 road race has been slow going. It feels like I've just been permanently fatigued. But Friday now, and the legs starting to feel a bit better finally. I guess that's just a consequence of being old. It takes longer to recover, and when your focus has been directed otherwise towards work and travel and stuff like that, it's a bigger impact on your recovery no matter what age you are. So in this video I'm just going to record the joy of recovering in my head. Hopefully the body plays ball. The joy of recovering and getting a good decent big weekend of training in to mentally make me feel, well, hey, I can still do it, and a good productive weekend of training in, ready for the next goals. And we'll come to what those goals are later on in the video. For now, let's get this warm-up done on Friday afternoon. For context, I had a Friday virtual commute this morning, just for 20 minutes or so. Sprinting the legs out, felt pretty crap. That's normal for early morning. And now I'm just going to do a warm-up on the bike and hopefully a key treadmill session threshold of 6 times 5 minutes, and we'll see what that looks like. Hopefully the legs will play ball, and that will be a good, enjoyable, relatively hard session that is totally doable, and I'm not just grinding myself into the ground even more because I'm not fully recovered. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Oh, kind of ready to run. Let's do this. Right, we're 3 sets in of 5 minutes, and I'm doing them as acceleration on the treadmill every minute, and every time you start a new set of 5 minutes, we're starting 1 notch faster. So as the session goes on, it's gradually getting faster and faster, only slightly ramping up each rep of 5 minutes as the fatigue obviously grows. And I'm feeling it in my hamstrings and glutes for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about, but hey ho, it's going okay. 4th rep in, let's see how it goes. This is ideal for, I don't know, strength, threshold, all the rage, isn't it? Threshold, hit the right balance. I have no measurements what to go on other than perceived effort, and that's good enough for me. Let's get this session done. And if you're wondering what recoveries I'm having, it's 1 minute, and that 1 minute is broken down as 30 seconds jog at 5 minutes per k and 30 seconds stand, which is right now, where I take the treadmill down, still running, it's about 8k per hour for that 30 seconds. But I better be quick because I've only got 10 seconds left. See you in a bit. Whew, and we're done. 6 times 5 minutes. Always mentally challenging on the treadmill, but equally mentally very satisfying when you nail it and get it done. And I think that went okay. Hit some a lot faster paces than I've done before with that kind of thresholdy type session. I managed it okay. Got to concentrate, but I think you've got that balance where you're pushing it hard, but you manage to sustain it. It's kind of like that sweet spot, as they call it, on the bike, which I know how it feels. So the aim is to replicate that on the treadmill. So sweet spot running, in other words. But I did get interrupted, I must admit, but it was a pleasant interrupting. With a delivery. Oh yeah. I'm a bit excited. Let's get these opened and I'll show you what's in store for a bit of shoe tubing, run training, testing. I'll give you a clue. They might be from abroad. The model maybe in the kind of Japan area.
Yes, we got a delivery.
It's like it's alien technology. There is no gravity. There is no weight. They're so light. Right, we're on to Saturday, and today it's just easy endurance, if you like. So pure runners will probably be doing a long run day today. And when I was just a pure runner, it always seemed to be running with tired legs for a long run, because the long run was on a Sunday and invariably we'd raced on a Saturday, but we just sucked it up and got on with it. Now I'm a bit older, focusing on duathlon, I simply can't do that hard session one day and then the long run on the next day. I think it's just practicing pain and risking injury, so I generally replace the long run with an endurance bike, and that's something I've done for a long time now and it seems to work, so why change the routine? And the treadmill session yesterday, I did get 13k in total, which for me I guess counts as a long run. Right, so we'll just get this done. Nothing to see here, just me pedaling away. But what do you reckon to those Asics Sky then, the Metaspeed Sky Tokyo? What do you reckon to those? They are so light and they felt fantastic on foot. Can't wait to test them out, and we'll do a full video on that, I think, because they warrant it. They're just such a different dynamic of shoe compared to anything I've had before. I raced in the Alphafly, won last week, although it did okay, and I think it is relatively fast. It just didn't feel great. It just felt clunky and slappy. And looking at these Metaspeed Sky Tokyos, well, yeah, the whole sole is different. They just look smoother, don't they? And I'm hoping that when I get going at pace, they're gonna feel smoother and less clunky. Okay, so I'll wrap up now, do a separate video for tomorrow, whatever that session looks like. It might be a gym session, actually. I'm just to make sure I keep that consistency going for the strength. It's so easy just to think, oh, I've got a run to do, I can't squeeze in a strength session, and then before you know it, it's been 2 weeks since you've done any strength work. So I don't want that to creep in, and then we'll see what we bring on next week. Whoa, I was going to mention, wasn't I? I was going to mention goals and races and stuff. Well, in a couple of weeks I've got a training duathlon. A duathlon in February is hit and miss with the weather, but that's at Dun & Massey with MCA Fitness, which is a great company. They do some grassroots racing and you can use it for whatever you like, just a bit of fun, race tune-up, or a serious attack at a race. So that's in a couple of weeks, and then on the 1st of March I'm going to hit a 10k. Now I've not actually ran a 10k for quite a while in a race scenario. I think it was Newcastle maybe 18 months ago, but this is Nantwich 10k, and I did this in 2023 and finished in 37:31. Now that was 6 years ago. I'm under no illusions I'm going to actually hit that sort of time this year. But what should I aim for? Well, Strava says 40 minutes 20 something. I'll be pretty disappointed if I'm outside of 40 minutes. I reckon 38:30 is a decent target. Well, the form's on the up, isn't it? We've got to shoot for something a bit more sporty, a bit more stretch. Let's see how that goes on the 1st of March. But we've got some training to do in between, haven't we? So I should be even fitter. Okay, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.